a load of broken rigs up front and the winning rig in the back. Still can't believe Jason pulled it off. And now I gotta listen to all the haters saying, pro burnout vehicle in an open class. You know what? When Jason becomes a pro level driver and wins more than one time, it'll go to pro class. Time to unload, assess the damages, see how bad it really is. I'm really worried about this one right here. Really worried about that one there, guys, because dart block, Callie's crank, Oliver rods, JE pistons, might not be good. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're getting straight into work. We've got burning green on the hoist here, and I went ahead and actually drained the oil, pulled the clear view filter housing off here so you can actually see. I'll insert the pictures here, but it's really not as bad as we actually thought it was going to be. Nate's out here. You helping, bud? Or are you just pulling off those sick dance moves? Oh, yeah, work it, buddy. But anyways, as you can see there, it wasn't really as bad as we thought it was. Had those yellow flakes in there. There was a little bit of metal material here you can see as I move the magnet around, picking up some material. So it definitely wasn't, it may be the start of bearings going out, but the bearings are not out. So good news there is I think we're going to have good luck with this motor, and we got to get dry sump on it. So like I said in the last video, the review of Burnout Wars and Cletus and Cars, we've got to get dry sump on here, been told, and we're just going to have to bite down and do it. Jason's got a pump on the table over there. Otherwise, we're going to work with Motion Raceworks here because they got brackets and stuff to go on LS's. But enough rambling on. Let's continue to pull this motor out. That's pretty much all I see so far. If I see anything else, I'll let you know. And then we'll get Death Trap on the hoist, start pulling that one out. And then if we see anything along the way, I'll update you. Otherwise, hopefully, the next clip here, we're going to be taking both of these motors over to the shop at my brother's, and we're going to tear them apart, and we're going to actually see what is wrong. So, again, hopefully just bearings, and that one down there, Death Trap, hopefully nothing major. So, let's keep going. Well, one motor down. Got the LS pulled out here, burning green, obviously, and Death Trap out back. Thanks to Caitlin for helping, but super slick with having these tabs up front and a mid plate to hold that transmission in there. Should still be sitting in the dowels anyways. You know, there is nothing holding that transmission in there. Huh, I should probably stick a bolt back through that. Stupid me. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So Jason came over last night. We went ahead and got everything unhooked. Got the motor pulled out of here, sitting back there. I probably should get that transmission held up. Bungee cord's down for the count, just like the engine, unfortunately. So it's sitting back here. My dad's headed over right now with his pickup. That way we got enough room to haul both of these gyms over there. And I'll insert a picture now, but it was nothing pretty coming out of the oil line when we unhooked it from the pan. So, unfortunately, I mean, it was all silver colored. There was no copper colored material, but that's all bearing. But yeah, let's get them loaded up and head on over. That's good. Yep, she's done. Jason came over last night and we got the motor pulled out, and no good, Jason?
No good.
Yeah, that journal there actually wasn't too bad, but right beside it, this is a bunch of bearing material collected on it. Well, I'm hoping so. It feels like it's raised up. This crank's already been turned 20 thou, so I mean, if we can go 10 more to get bearings for sure.
I'm gonna black the end of the.
Oh yeah, let's go over here to the carnage. So you can see when we pulled the pan off there, I had that little clip, but I have everything mixed up. Here's some of the caps. Is this a little bit better cap maybe? No. All these pretty colors. Look at the bearing stuck right in this rod right here. Squished it totally out the side. All these rods they're all junk. I mean, this bearing's half out of this one. Well, that was a bearing inside of a bearing. I mean, there's a couple that might have been not quite as bad as others, but I thought I had one, Jason, that wasn't as bad as the others. Well, here's one that you can still kind of see a little bit of the factory color to it, but yeah, it's not good. So hopefully the crank can be turned. Obviously, rods are junk, the bolts are junk. The pistons and wrist pins appear to be good. They need all disassembled and taken apart, cleaned up. And then all the valve train, I checked everything over there. That was all good. All the Jessel stuff, push rods, all that stuff. Nothing else above there. So basically, Jason's going to pull the balancer off here. You got that off? Mm-hmm. We just need to pull the timing cover off so we can get the chain off. We can get this crank out, and then Monday, Scott will drop that off at the shop down there. See if they can do anything with it. So I don't know if they got to just try and turn it, see what happens with 10. It's not totally junk, because we were talking we could change this to small block journal. I think that'd take, what, at least 100 thou off or something?
Whatever it is, and then re-nitrate it.
Oh, yeah, and then retreat it. But that's not going to happen overnight. So, unfortunately, is there some kind of stroker crank laying around here, I heard?
Probably.
I mean, if we got to buy rods anyways.
It's just sitting there. Nobody's using it. We might as well use it.
Yeah, somebody's got to use it.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah. I mean, this was his crank anyways, but thank you.
Many thanks.
Yeah. All right, so we got to finish turning this down, and then we're going to jump on to this one here. We're just going to put it up on the stand, flip it over, check bearings, and then I hate to say I hope we see something, Jason, but hopefully there's like an O-ring torn on the oil pump pickup tube or something, or maybe something with the pump that we can see. Otherwise, we're kind of in the dark on that one, but I guess we won't find out till we get to it. So let's finish getting this apart, pull the crank, and then I actually did pull, in case anybody was curious here, which ones did I knock loose? This main cap here. Now this isn't a representation of all of them, but here, pull that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's a shot of at least that main journal anyways. So, might have gotten lucky. But again, we got 3 more to go, so we'll find out. Well, we're on to the LS now, and as you can see, we got the pan off. Checking the rod bearing here.
Like brand new.
Let's check it here. Almost looks like brand new. How come this crank's nice and smooth, unlike the last one we did? So I guess we pulled the pan off here to maybe take a look and see if there was any oiling issues. We tore apart the oil pump and don't really see anything. I mean, oh yeah, right here. Besides a little bit of heat marks, so I don't know. Something's rubbing in there. We've cleaned it up from, you know, previous times that the guys ran a bunch of material through it. Took bearings out of this motor before. Actually, the last one, Jason, we ruined the block, remember?
Mm-hmm. Cracked it over here.
Yeah, took a whole chunk out of it where the main cap goes or something, but I don't know. New oil pump, I guess, at this point. We'll put a new oil pump on there. This was, what was it, stock pump, basically? There's a milling stock. Milling, stock volume, stock pressure. So we're going to get a milling stock, stock volume, high pressure. We'll put on there. Lube those bolts up so we don't get in trouble. Yeah, I think you had another kind of lube, but that works too. Otherwise, the rest of this looks good. You got Molnar rods in here. These are Mall pistons. This block's been bored out 118 thousandths. It's a 5.3 block. Just to use these used pistons, and it's got total seal rings on it. That's what we put on this last time. Not really the rings they wanted us to run because they didn't really offer anything for these pistons, but we ran them because we had them. And then we've got, what do we got in there? An Urson cam, custom grind for all the power. And then this is running the 317 hand-ported heads. We do have some CNC-ported ones, but we're going to leave this the way it is. Put the pump on there, and then are we going somewhere next weekend, Jason?
Let's get our stuff put together.
Oh, we're hoping to get a pump on here, and then, I don't know, Jason's got winning fever in him, so I think we're going to try and hit up New York possibly. So let's see what we can get done here. We'll go back, check the clear view on the Dodge, make sure that's all good, pull a log, and if that checks out good, we might take just the Dodge, and Jason see if he can win 8,000?
Yep.
Or worst case, if you don't win, what, 3? 1,500 something. Pays down like 5 places, so
500 for 5th.
Yeah, so we'll plan on 500 possibly, but... All right, well, we'll head back over to my shop here in just a minute, and we'll check over the Mopar. All right, it's Sunday in the shop here, guys, and I took the clear view apart on the Dodge, and let's take a look at that real quick. So there is a little bit of material in here. It's not a lot. It looks like a lot on camera, but you just got a lot of, gasket material, stuff like that coming through there from assembly. Not a big deal. I'll have Jason look that over or somebody just to confirm. The only things that we're going to skip over that we should be doing is this tank, remember, leaks on the seam. Valve covers. This is our #1 issue. The bolts continue. Actually, this bolt right here is loose right now. These bolts continue to bend the tabs on there. I'm not sure if that's just a Gen 3 Hemi situation, but that's what happened down in Florida. I bent the tabs on that. I shouldn't say bent the tabs on it, but the tabs were bending, and it just kept working loose. So we got to come up with some kind of spacer deal, but to try and make it to New York here this next weekend, it's going to get skipped, so unfortunately. Now, some guy in Orlando, well, that was me, I think, smashed this fender up, which broke the rest of this rust back in the back here. So we need to get some kind of metal sandwich between the two of those. I'd like to maybe quickly just put some sandwich some metal between some of this stuff here and maybe here. Just something to tidy this up, because every time we blow a set of tires, we're going to continue to just destroy this body, and there's not a lot of body left there already. And we might try and seal a few more things up in here. I'm not too concerned with that right this second. I mean, you can tell this fender's totally gone now. Yeah, I think that one's pretty good. But that's where we're at with this one. And then, as you know, Burning Green, as you've seen there, we're going to get an oil pump for that. So I'm going to try and tidy this up real quick today and tomorrow. So that way Tuesday, when the milling oil pump shows up, we got to get that pump in there. Get the motor over here for Burning Green, which actually I shoved in my garage. Didn't really plan on doing anything with it real soon. But you know what? Hitting up this New York event. Hopefully that's going to fund some of the Death Trap project build if we can bring some cash home. Because cranks are not cheap. If I can find a used one, that would help. And I don't know. Otherwise, we're down for the count on that one. So that's where we're at. So I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. Stay tuned, because we got April 20th, New York, which will be the next video. Unless I have a short video in there of some updates, just prepping things. And then May 5th, we're going to Indy. And then it just continues from there. So lots of content to come up for burnout stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Wish us the best of luck in case I don't have another video, because we need this cash, boys, so we can fix up Death Trap and continue our endeavors of going into debt more. Sounds very likely. All right, we'll see you in the next one.